Hello everyone, welcome to BTT World News. I'm your host Prab.
Hello everyone, I'm Zahal. Today we'll go through the latest news updates.
Here are the international news headlines for this week. Israel's airstrikes on Lebanon cause high casualties in escalating conflict. Trump says he won't run again if he loses in November election. Anura Desanka wins Sri Lanka's presidential election after second vote count. Cards Against Humanity sues Elon Musk for $15 million over land dispute. Singapore's ex-cabinet minister goes on trial for corruption. US to ban Chinese and Russian tech in cars over security concerns.
And here are this week's national news features. Charges are dropped for diabetic driver due to hypoglycemic episode. Coles and Woolworths are sued by the ACCC for misleading discount promotions. Gold Coast Youth Crime Intervention Program is promised an additional $4 million. The Reserve Bank of Australia has kept interest rates on hold.
You've probably heard that lawyer fees can really add up, right? Imagine how much money you could save if you handled most of your legal case yourself. With BTT Lawyers now you can. At BTT Lawyers, we understand that family law cases can be really complicated and expensive. That's why we give you complete control over your case and your expenses. Believe it or not, you can handle 70% of your case yourself. With the help of our legal advisors, clear plans and cutting-edge technology, you can manage the key parts of your case on your own. From preparing documents to tracking your case progress, you'll be able to understand and control everything. We're always here to support you through our offices in Preston, Dandenong, Sydney and Canberra. Facing legal issues doesn't mean going broke or giving up on your case. With BTT Lawyers, you'll only pay a small fraction of the typical legal fees. Ready to take charge of your case? Contact us today. BTT Lawyers, with you, for your case.
Israel launched airstrikes on southern and eastern Lebanon, killing 492 people and wounding 1,645. 1,000 fled as Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu urged civilians to evacuate. The strikes target Hezbollah, with Israel's warning of further escalation if necessary. The Lebanese Health Ministry reported hospitals and residential areas were hit, while Australia called for de-escalation.
Former US President Donald Trump stated he will not run for the presidency again if he loses the upcoming election. Meanwhile, Democratic candidate Kamala Harris has urged Trump to accept a second debate proposal for October the 23rd, as both candidates face a tight race ahead of the November election.
Left-leaning Anura Desanka has been elected president of Sri Lanka after a second vote count. He secured 42.3% of the vote, defeating opposition leader Sajid Premadasa. Desanka pledges to address the country's economic challenges and tackle corruption following Sri Lanka's economic crisis.
Cards Against Humanity has sued Elon Musk and SpaceX for $15 million, accusing the company of trespassing on and damaging land near the US-Mexico border. The land, purchased by Cards Against Humanity in 2017 to block Trump's border wall plans, was allegedly used by SpaceX without permission, damaging the company's relationship with supporters.
Singapore Cabinet Minister Subrahmanyam Iswaran has gone on trial for corruption, facing 35 charges, including receiving gifts as a public servant, corruption and obstruction of justice. Iswaran, known for his role in bringing the Formula One night race to Singapore, is accused of accepting over $403,000 in benefits, such as flights, hotel stays, musicals and Grand Prix tickets. He denies all charges. This trial follows shortly after the recent Formula One event in Singapore.
The US plans to ban certain Chinese and Russian-made hardware and software in vehicles, citing security risks. The move targets technologies used in autonomous driving and network connectivity, fearing foreign adversaries could manipulate vehicles remotely. China criticised the decision, urging the US to maintain fair trade practices. The proposal now enters the comment period.
William Swile, charged after a Daylesford crash that killed 5 people, had his charges dropped after doctors confirmed he experienced a severe hypoglycemic episode, impairing the cognitive awareness.
Coles and Woolworths, Australia's two largest supermarket chains, are facing a lawsuit from the ACCC for allegedly misleading customers about price discounts. The lawsuit claims that both retailers promoted discounts through their prices dropped and down campaigns, but the items were often sold at regular prices for up to 6 months prior to increasing prices by at least 15% before falsely advertising discounts. The ACCC's action follows complaints from regular consumers, not just consumer groups, who took to social media to report deceptive pricing tactics.
The Queensland government has promised $4 million in funding over 4 years to support the Gold Coast Everything Swag program, which helps youth offenders. The 10-week program addresses trauma, provides skills, training, and connects participants to employment and services, with over 90% of graduates finding work or returning to school.
The Reserve Bank of Australia has kept interest rates on hold at 4.35%, maintaining the rate for at least 6 more weeks. Despite calls for rate cuts amid Australia's slowest economic growth since the 1990s recession, the RBA emphasised inflation remains too high to lower rates. The Australian dollar has strengthened to 68.53 US cents, with analysts predicting further gains. RBA Governor Michelle Bullock seeks more evidence of sustained inflation reduction before considering cuts.
And that concludes our episode for today. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us at BTT World News.